Greetings all, it's Restomod Daisy with yet another video showing you yet another kind of nice, kind of neat, kind of spectacular BB gun. This particular gun was a project that evolved out of a conversation I started with Ron Wayne months and months ago, wherein he wanted a Restomod. I wanted to build him one. So we went back and forth about what we're going to do, and he finally decided that he came across this engraved receiver. If you'll take a look at the center section here, let's get a really nice tight job on that. If you'll notice, Ron's got his name on this gun. That's pretty damn unique. This is a laser engraving from an outfit on the internet called Frag Out Studios or Frag Out Design, and he does laser etching. Evidently he went out and bought himself a couple of boxes worth of Red Ryder Christmas edition guns and offered an engraving service for that. As you can see, let's get real tight. As you can see, this is basically, let me flip this just a touch. This is a paint etch. In other words, he has not dug into the steel on the engraving. That's probably a good idea given the overall thinness of steel in these folded metal receivers that Daisy makes. But the graphic detail that's available with this process is just absolutely astounding. If you step back 5 feet from this thing, it is incredibly detailed, and it has a flowing texture to it. It's really nice. Let's take a look at the other side. I'd like to point out that as part of the design element there, over here you can see that even the screw heads are engraved. Not engraved actually, laser ablated I think would be a better phrase for it, because what he's done is blasted down through the paint. But look at the fine detail that the process yields. It's quite striking. Is it more durable than a vinyl overlay? I don't know, but it certainly is very good looking. Well, as part of the project, when we took the job from Ron, he wanted a fat bob stock, and a fat bob stock is a straight total glue up, butt stock, total glue up forend. I offer the fat bob in a couple of variations. This one's a fat bob with a rolled over cheek piece. It's kind of a tribute to the guns of the 70s and 60s that were real big with Monte Carlo rollover cheek pieces. The wood on this particular effort, this is the second set I built for this gun because the first set just didn't have enough curl or pop to it. The forend is spectacular. It's got a slight taper to it. Full length all the way to the loading port, which is as far as I can get these to go. I've done a few out to the muzzle, but when you do this index cut to allow the loading gate to do its job, this little section of maple here normally pops right off because it just hasn't got the integrity without some support. Not as a standalone piece in figured maple. The grain pattern and fiber in the wood is not the strongest in the world for standalone stub style stuff, but works well for regular gun stocks. Let's take a look at the mother-in-law side and take a look at the pattern and grain on that. The only mechanicals we've done with the gun are to pull the factory original mainspring and replace that with a Cobalt 327 mainspring and a 764-inch air tube. It's a brand new gun, so it didn't need a new compression cup or any work done to the abutment because we left it stock and inside on that regard, even to the point of not removing the standard front sight because he likes his front sights black. No fiber optic sights for Ron on this particular effort. But prior to restomodding, the gun was running about 260. After restomodding, she's a solid super thumper. Well over 350 in most regards. I think 381 was the fastest BB I've recorded out of this gun so far. It's a really nice gun to shoot. Now, if you see this again over at Ron's YouTube channel in Ron Wayne, that's who you need to be looking for. He does a lot of gun videos, and he's got some really sharp guns. Put one up today with a super-de-duper Winchester 94. Just an incredible looking piece of walnut on that gun, and awful fancy engraving to boot. So, we've been shooting the snot out of this thing. And yeah, I have to tell you, I've hung on to it longer than I should, but it's such a nice gun to shoot and such a nice gun to look at. And it gets lots and lots and lots of ooh-ahs from people that come into the shop on occasion, and they have had the opportunity to shoot it as well. So, that's it for today, kids. This is a hail and farewell for our Restomod 1938B Red Ryder. Heading over to Ron Wayne, over at Ron Wayne's YouTube channel. And that's all we've got for you today, kids.